Hi, it's day 19 of our 40 days of intimacy with God, and today we're continuing in 1 John. We're at the end of chapter 2. We're reading 1 John 2:28 to 29. It's only a couple of verses, quite short, but in actual fact I think it's pointers in here to much bigger things in the Word of God. We start by reading about abide in Him, he says. It's where we ended yesterday in our reading. And this letter that we're reading from the gospel from John, he's the disciple of Jesus. He also wrote the Gospel of John, and so it's the same author, and so he knows what he's written and he knows what he's writing here. And when he talks about abiding, I believe he's pointing us back to John chapter 15. Go read John chapter 15, just the beginning half of that chapter in John, and you'll see where Jesus was teaching about abiding in me. He says, abide in me and let me abide in you. Without me, you can't do anything. And from me flows life. You're connected to me. And when you're connected to me, you receive life and you flow in life and you flow in love. And so we have an encouragement here in the letter of John to say, abide in him. Spend time with him. Cultivate a life where you're connected to him. See that you're totally dependent upon him. And then, if we do that, we won't shrink back at his coming. And I think he's pointing to the beginning of the Bible, back to the book of Genesis. In Genesis chapter 3, Adam and Eve, they'd sinned. And when God appeared, when God came to spend time with them, like he did every day in the garden, their shame drove them away. They hid. They hid themselves and they covered themselves. And he's saying here, you know what, if we spend a life abiding in him, with the life flowing between us talking to him, him talking to us spending time with him, us connected to him, then we won't need to shrink back at his coming. When Jesus returns, there are people who are going to be hiding in their shame and in their sin, and there's those who are going to run into his arms because they've spent time with him and now they see him face to face. Well, read these two short verses and then take some time, read John chapter 15, go back to Genesis 3, see what happens when we have shame, and see that when we abide in him, we can have a complete transparency with him and have the love of the Father. Or spend time with him today. Be connected. Receive the life of Jesus.